in these streets.
And I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these caps.
And I'm just like you.
We fulfill the prophecies.
And I'm just like you.
You might be light, I might be dark.
But I'm just like you.
We kill each other over colors.
And I'm just like you.
I'm in these ghettos, in these
And
slums.
I'm just like you.
They call you nigga, call me spick.
And I'm just like you.
You was 1619, I was 1492. We getting shot in these streets.
And I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these caps.
And I'm just like you.
Welcome to FCN Quick News of the Week. I'm your host, Cap.
Welcome to FCN Quick News of the Day. I'm your host, Officer Azaniah, and in today's news we have...
Rapper Jay Stash accused of killing woman in front of her children in murder-suicide.
So this rapper is accused of killing a woman, his girlfriend. Let's read some more of the article. Come on.
A rapper known as Jay Stash reportedly shot a woman to death in front of her 3 children, then turned the gun on himself.
So if he wasn't guilty, then why would he turn the gun on himself? Keep scrolling. Keep reading.
The Temple City murder-suicide, which was reported by KTLA, occurred on New Year's Day.
On New Year's Day, this happened. New Year's Day, if y'all didn't know, is a hell day. It's a day where you worship a god called Janus. This is not of God. Read.
The woman, who has been identified as 27-year-old Jeanette Gallegos, sustained multiple gunshot wounds, while the male victim sustained an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Scroll down.
According to New York Post.
So this is how he looks like. So this is how the rapper looks like. Come on.
Lieutenant Derek Alfred said Gallegos' children, who range from 5 to 11 years old, provided the information that confirmed the shooting was a murder-suicide.
So these children had to see an eyewitness account of their mother being put to death. You know what that does to these kids and their mind? It puts a lot of trauma within their life. And guess who self-inflicted that wound or who dealt that blow? By somebody that looks like them and who they probably admire. A rapper. Come on.
The rapper, 28-year-old Justin Joseph, was previously an affiliate of Rich the Kid. The two released a song, Bricks, 5 years ago.
Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Yeah. So he had a girlfriend, right? So now read the part where it says Joseph. Come on.
Joseph had previously been accused of domestic violence against his then girlfriend, Danielle Phaeton, in 2014, according to allhiphop.com. But the charges were thrown out.
So ultimately what we seeing a repeated pattern of him having domestic disputes with his past girlfriends. So this is nothing new within our community. This is nothing new that's going on. And guess who this comes from? The people that we look at as our leaders, the rappers, but not understanding that music puts spirits on us. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 16.
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Let our Lord now command thy servants, which are before thee, to seek out a man who is a cunning player on an harp. And it shall come to pass, when the evil spirit from God is upon thee, that he shall play with his hand, and thou shalt be well.
And so you see the power of music. The power of music, it's able to take away an evil spirit from you. Now, what happens when you sit there and you have a beat and you put words behind it? Guess what spirit it carries? Go to Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 21. Let's see what type of spirit that carries when you put a beat and words behind it. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
So you're able to help heal that person just like how King David did, or you're able to put death on that person. Guess what some of the topics that we talk about with amongst our music within our community. We talk about drug dealing, which he had a song called Bricks. We have adulteries, we have murders, we have gang bangings, we have gang violence, a lot of wickedness amongst those musics. And guess what that does towards our people? Guess what that does when that music enters into your spirit? Read 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and let's read verse 33. This is what music does to your spirit if you are listening to the evil music. Come on.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
It corrupts you. That evil music, guess what it does? It corrupts you to where you're able, when we look at the rapper J Stash, he ended up transforming into the things that he was rapping about. And this is what's going on within our community, and this is some things that we don't see. And we praise it. Go to Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 4. Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 4. Guess who's praising it? Guess who's praising that rap music? Read that.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 4. They that forsake the law praise the wicked.
The people that are not following God's laws, those are the ones that's going to be praising the wicked. And that's why you see these rappers, they're getting hundreds or $100,000 for a show, $300,000 for a show. That's them praising the wicked. And when things like that happen, we tend to get mad but we are out here supporting the same people that carries that same spirit amongst our community. Read Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 4. 20 and verse 17. Because this is what happens to our community. Come on.
Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 17. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall be filled with gravel.
Even though when we start us as a people, what we do, we look at that lifestyle, it looks sweet. It looked like it's something that we could just partake in, but at the end, it always has consequences behind it. And the consequences behind it is destroying our nation. It's destroying our people, because what they're pushing is fornication, lies, murders, drug dealings. And for the young sister, or for the sister that's 27 years old, this is what she could have did to avoid that situation. Read Hebrews chapter 13 and let's read verse 4.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So God says, if you wanted to avoid this whole situation, guess what you could have done? You could have ended up getting married. Now your kids won't be traumatized for the rest of their life by rappers whom they admire. They end up becoming like the person that you was trying to keep them from. They become the rappers. They get so traumatized that they become the rappers, that they become these drug dealers, that they become what has been put into their spirits. And that's why God says this about rap music. Read Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and let's read verse 5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise.
So it's better for you to listen to this segment right here. Read.
Than for a man to hear the song of fools.
It's better for you to listen to somebody rebuking you, telling you all the things that you're doing wrong, than for you to sit there and for you to listen to rap music, because ultimately it's going to corrupt you. But when you know what you're doing is wrong, you could kind of examine yourself and be like, I shouldn't be doing this. But this is what's going to happen later down the line when Christ come back. He's going to put an end to all this nonsense. Let's read Revelation chapter 18 and let's read verse 22.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 22. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee.
So in the kingdom, there is no more rap music to sit there and to corrupt our kids, to corrupt our community. When God comes back on the scene, there is no more rap music, because that stuff kills and destroys our community.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.